I would get
It'll be
so
the tiniest
lost.
map, though, you know.
I already get lost on Ascent. Like that's still only 2 sites. It's just very confused. Very confusing, excuse me. So moving into game 1 here on Bind, only 2 sites. Very excited to see that. Second one starting out on defense, Reasonable Doubt. Starting out on attack. Last time we saw Reasonable Doubt here on stream, they had Pwn alone over on the Omen, DJ on the Phoenix, and Rustin actually pulling out the Killjoy. A really, really effective pick for them. But on the other side of that, definitely expect to see Boostio on the Jet. I haven't seen him on anything else. Don't want to see him on anything else. Want to see him sticking with the Jet. His Jet is an epic experience. Sugar Free staying on the Cypher, I would have to guess.
Yeah.
Sugar Free a staple on the Cypher, gathering that intel. Ezire has been so strong in the Rays. Don't see him switching up. He was really, really strong last, literally 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It was when he was really good at Rays. Mikey Snipey over on the Sova. Of course, the Snipey is going to be on the bow and arrow character, going to be playing the Hanzo. And then lastly, Buds on the Omen. The reason I'm listing these out is I don't think they're going to change at all. And I'm 100%
Nope.
right.
They did not change.
So we already know what Second Wind is going to pick with. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. On the other side of the map, Reasonable Doubt on attack, pretty much mirroring them, save for the Phoenix and the Killjoy. Trading out the Cypher for the Killjoy, trading out the Rays for the Phoenix. Definitely understandable choices. I think either Killjoy or Cypher are comfortable to hold a site solo here on this map. So,
and I think we're going to see some op battles between Fiend and Boostio
yeah. Yeah, those guys.
Be
oh
pretty
gosh.
exciting.
Yeah, Fiend on the Jet was a monster earlier on in the day. Definitely check out the VOD. That will be up on YouTube here this next week. Definitely check out Reasonable Doubt earlier on in this tournament. Fiend is a monster on that Jet. Definitely giving Boostio a run for his money, being the most dangerous Jet here this Sunday. Big proponents of the hit and run.
Oh, yeah. Got a little bit of a pause going on as we see the Sova on the side of Reasonable Doubt not moving. Hate to see it.
But we gotta go quickly because any moment that we waste, maybe Boostio's internet could go out. So we can't waste time here.
Let's hope
just
not.
kidding, Boostio. We know you.
Don't
You know we
jinx
love you. We know you
it.
love you. I wish you the strongest of internet connections. I would send a satellite myself if I could. But yeah, just giving a second for everyone to get into the game here. Pwn alone, I know last time we had Reasonable Doubt on stream earlier today. Pwn alone really strong on the Omen. So expect him and Buds to be kind of running into each other, lurking around. Generally, the Omens will set up smokes for their team to move in onto sites, but then they will kind of sneak around and find their way into slipping around the other team. So I expect them to kind of meet up like two Spider-Men, like pointing at each other like, wait, it's me. So real quickly, just had a quick disconnect. We're going to remake the lobby, make sure everyone can connect in and get connected there. But we have seen the team comps there. Rustin over on the Killjoy, a newer character, but I've seen a lot of people calling for her, what should I say? Calling for a prohibition on on
grenade?
Killjoy. Well, no, on Killjoy entirely.
Oh, really?
Partly because of the swarm grenade, but yeah, definitely some people questioning whether she's balanced enough for competitive play.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so far, from what I've seen, the only nerf I can see is really with that swarm grenade. I feel like, the bot does like, 6 damage. When he spots you out, he has to see...
The first time I took damage from the turret, I felt silly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he has to see the center of your body before he starts shooting, too.
Right,
so you can
win that
him.
peak advantage.
Yeah, so I don't think she's broken in any way, honestly. Once you learn how to play around her, I think she's pretty balanced, pretty fair. Like I said, except that swarm grenade, that is a ton of damage per second.
But if you can justify how fast Molly does damage and how fast Phoenix's flame pool, I'm not sure the technical name, fireball, how much those do damage over the time, why is Swarm Grenade too much? I guess is kind of my counterpoint to that. Is I think the Swarm Grenade actually it fits right in with I think those abilities, and especially the difference in Brim gets a lot of range on that Molly, and Phoenix has the duality of it does damage and he can heal himself.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair for Killjoy to have this. It does a decent amount of damage over time, but she gets she gets to choose when it pops off. Yeah, she gets to activate it when she wants. So I think it's a fair trade, and the turret is not a big threat. I don't think lockdown is too crazy. You don't actually see a lot of people getting locked down, as it were.
Yeah, we did see successful lockdown earlier, but yeah,
Sure.
we don't see too many of them. To where it can just completely retake a site, considering that it can be shot down.
Yeah.
So
I forgot. Yeah,
I think she's pretty fair, and I don't know why people are saying she's broken.
Just give her a try, guys. Work her into a couple of your comps. I'm sure you'll love her. But here we are, finally getting into Game 1 Grand Finals. Second win set up on the defense here. Send 2 members to peek B long, but not going to find anyone from Reasonable Doubt to greet them. Reasonable Doubt opting instead to push on forward through showers. They do get some information from the Recon Owl, but they're basically going to trade info there with dueling Recon Owls. So Reasonable Doubt responding, moving on over to A site, getting spotted out by Sugar Free here, who lands the Recon Dart. DJ, meanwhile, gets the opening kill on the Boostio. Reasonable Doubt picking up the first 2 kills before 3 of their members go down. Ezire and Mikey Sniping making the most of their utility. Now just 2 members of Reasonable Doubt remaining. They can't even get the spike down safely either. Sugar Free is still free to roam on the backside. Sugar Free wipes the floor with Reasonable Doubt. Second win, take round 1.
Yeah, but that was such a great setup with the robot. I mean, to kind of watch your back as you're planting, but unfortunately just too many members went down.
Yeah, he can only do so much. He's just a little robot.
Yeah.
Just
Use
a
him
little
for
guy.
cover so that when they try to shoot you, it shoots him instead.
You kind of use him. I mean, I always kind of see him as like a shield.
Yeah.
You take a few bullets for me, while I, work out a solution to whatever problem. But Reasonable Doubt going down here in the first round on the attacking side of Bind. Not the worst thing in the world. DJ opting to pick up the Sheriff, as does Heads, and Heads finds the head of Buds. So certainly the Sheriff's already paying off. Ooh, Rustin takes a big damage there from Mikey Snipey. Mikey Snipey taking a little damage of his own as Sugar Free evens up the numbers on the opposite side of the map, taking out Fiend. The rest of Reasonable Doubt forced to back away safely, save for Pone alone, who is pushed up here in the showers. But he's not going to find anyone from Second Wind peeking out just yet. But here comes Boostio, always looking for a fight. Ooh, almost gets caught out there, almost with the worst timing, but stays alive. Luckily, here comes the push from Reasonable Doubt, committing towards this A side. Boostio in the middle of the site to stop them, sends down the smoke. Meanwhile, Sugar Free opens up with the SMG, only able to find his second kill of the round. Boostio follows up, taking out DJ, a 3v2 favoring Second Wind. Boostio's health bar looking a bit rough, but Reasonable Doubt not in any better shape. Pone alone, trying to find a pick, finds some damage there onto Mikey Snipey, but Mikey Snipey wins it out in the end. Rustin trying to get away, gets away by the skin of his teeth, just 7 HP. Ezire takes the rest of that. Second Wind go up 2-0.
Yeah, Second Wind looking pretty strong. It is defensive side. It's only the second round, so I'm not going to say too much about that, but I like the way that they're moving. They're feeling themselves, and I feel like just the cohesiveness is really working. Reasonable Doubt, you're making some good plays as well. I can't fault them, since it's only the second round in. So we'll see what they can do with some real weapons in their hands. Second Wind stuck on SMGs though, so SMGs versus assault rifles.
It's a tough position.
Yeah.
It's always tough to be in that comfortable 2-0 position. Becomes not so comfortable after all. Boostio actually still only with the Sheriff, wasn't able to get an op, so says, well, I'll just take this and then, pick up the op next round. Sugar Free on a Sheriff as well. So Heads does make his way pretty far up into Hookah there. Second Wind scouting long instead, but once again, looks like Reasonable Doubt were thinking about committing to A site. This time rotating on over to the B side of the map, but
Ooh.
spotted out there is heads. Mikey Snipey knows where he's at, knows a little bit more, but the recon dart spots out the rival Sova there on B site. Both teams not putting a step wrong this far, but Buds might get the action started onto Rustin, but only gets one. DJ trades him out, but Ezire gets a great kill onto Heads. Ezire finds 2 onto Fiend, and now only 2 members of Reasonable Doubt remaining. They have to run away, tails in between their legs, and they're gonna run right into Sugar Free.
He only has the Sheriff.
Oh, popping the ult though is Reasonable Doubt, giving them a chance, and DJ makes the most of it. Phantom in hand, takes out Sugar Free, so now a 2v3, a little more doable here for Reasonable Doubt. Boostio clears out the ult, and Ezire finding the grenade kill onto Pone alone, so it's just DJ here trying to throw out what utility he has, doing the damage, but he can't stop the defuse and goes down to Boostio in the end. Second win, what could have been a dicey third round, comfortably cruised to 3-0.
Yeah, and this is where it gets a little tricky for Reasonable Doubt. You're on a save round now, and you don't want to get stuck in that back and forth. Let me do a buy, let me save. You know, you got to put some points on the board with members remaining alive, and that's the key.
I mean, that was the advantage second wind found in the semifinal, was even though the score was staying close, they were always winning the economic advantage, especially in that first half. They made their opponent have 3 save rounds in the first half compared to they only had a couple. So definitely second wind seems so far able to find these advantages. Oh, Ezire with a really smartly placed grenade stops Heads right in his tracks. Oh, but they're still going to push forward with this, looks like.
And he does have the showstopper available, so if he spots out enough players, he should just whip that out.
Oh, a big satchel from Ezire. He is so accurate with these. Here comes the big one. A guaranteed kill practically for someone as good as Ezire. 2 kills going over to second win. Make it 3. 2 members of a Reasonable Doubt remaining in a particularly tough position here. And it gets even tougher. Ezire picking up a lot of damage on Pone alone here, trying to stay alive, but I don't think his pretty skin can save him this time. Can it win twice in a row? Oh, not able to find the shot on the Mikey Snipey. Second win, still shutting out Reasonable Doubt here thus far.
Yeah, with 4 members left alive, that means their economy is looking fantastic. Yeah, Boostio has an operator, and okay, he just bought for somebody else. I was like, he's got 9K in the bank after that. How? But yeah, no, it's looking phenomenal on the side of second win. So even if, you know, they lose a round here or there, they're still, you know, can do a full buy the next time around. Whereas Reasonable Doubt, you have to keep winning and winning and winning, and even when you win, people need to be alive.
Well, and certainly Reasonable Doubt, the pressure mounts with every round that second win put under their belt, because the economic situation becomes that much more dire. Reasonable Doubt playing so quickly here, but they get rewarded for it on the A side. Fiend winning the Jet Op duel over Boostio this time around. DJ pushing forward through Showered with Pone alone. So Reasonable Doubt spill out onto site. 3 members of second win there to greet them, but they are smoked off, not able to push forward. Oh, the flame getting so close to Sugar Free. He survives for now. DJ backs off as he gets hit with the recon dart. Spike goes down for Reasonable Doubt. Certainly the best position they found themselves in thus far here in the grand finals. A 5v3, make that 5v2 advantage. Now 5v1. Pone alone going absolutely nuts on the members of second win. Just Buds remaining. I don't see that there's any way for him to make this happen. He can certainly try. He has the money to do so, but they know exactly where he is. Oh, Pone alone with such a gutsy teleport and showing who is the Omen boss this time around. Reasonable Doubt get their first round on the board.
All right, yeah, that was a point much needed, and
it was very much do or die.
Lots of members alive too. That was the key. So
yes,
now their economy is looking good.
Almost flawless for Reasonable Doubt there. Really well done. Pone alone especially coming alive there right at the end. So, Reasonable Doubt now with a chance to build some momentum under their feet. Second wind for the first time in this match. Knocked back on the back foot, but still a lot of cash to play with. Boostio actually wings Pwn alone there, so certainly a winning trade for them, but Reasonable Doubt still feeling confident to push towards on this A side. Meanwhile, second wind of send buds around on the backside. They know Reasonable Doubt has been favoring this A side so heavily. They set him so far forward. He will run into the turret. It looks like a killjoy. Meanwhile, Pwn alone runs into the gun of Boostio, opening up the round here with 1 minute 10 seconds remaining. The Ops trying to trade shots, but meanwhile, second wind is gonna open up on Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt just waited around for too long, got stuck in that A middle showers area and just got mowed down by second wind.
Yeah, I mean, that would, with all those members left alive too, it just seemed like Unreasonable Doubt, they did not take any time. It felt a little rushed to me, you know, what they were doing. Especially, you know, Pwn alone, taking that much damage, you know, not even thinking about maybe a rotate on over to the B side. It was just all or nothing, and then... It
was really confusing because we started off this game talking about the calm, cool, collective place. Oh, here, let's see this. Oh, wow.
Swing and a miss, both sides.
Very flashy play from both Jets. Neither Jet finding a kill there, but, I mean, we see the top-level teams usually opting for so much more slower, spread-out play, but Reasonable Doubt so grouped and committed towards this A side every time. Heads will find the kill onto Sugar Free with that a big advantage to start the round off with, but Reasonable Doubt don't turn any eyes towards B, it seems. Oh, one ult finding another. Boostio keeping his knives with him. Oh, pops up and finds a big pick onto Rustin. Finds 2 onto Heads. Finds 3 onto Fiend. Oh my goodness, almost finds 4 onto DJ. Reasonable Doubt absolutely shredded by Boostio's knives. And in comes a huge flash, giving Ezire a easy kill on the DJ. Now just Pwn alone, and Pwn alone indeed. Just Pwn alone remaining for Reasonable Doubt. He's gonna have to back away with that op in hand. There's no way he could go for this 1v3. Down 1-5 in the first half. Got to keep everything with you that you can. But oh my goodness, second wind tore them apart. And Reasonable Doubt have been so committed and playing so quickly, like you said, towards this A site. I don't get it. Like, oh, Pwn alone does find that exit frag onto Ezire, but nothing else he can do here in this round. But we see so many teams on the attacking side still playing a spread style, you know, waiting for a kill, waiting at least for an advantage in intel, and then grouping and pushing, you know, and sometimes mixing in a rush to change up the tempo. But Reasonable Doubt have seemed to just kept going with the rush over and over again, not spreading out whatsoever, just sending 3 middle, 2 showers, and then doubling down on that play no matter how second wind respond to it. And second wind stopped them dead in their tracks last round, and Reasonable Doubt had no response and died right where they stood.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And they gotta switch things up. They gotta keep things fresh. You know, keep second wind on their toes, guessing where they're gonna come from, or you're just gonna see the same results.
Get out of my way!
And this time, a little bit more spread out. You have the Sova.
They have one over
towards
at B. Still 3A mid though. DJ trying to help out Fiend with the flash there, but no one from second one pushed nearly up that far. It's just Boostio on the back of sight with his op. Meanwhile, 4 members of second wind. And second wind, no. Reasonable Doubt there's no way they go B. So just leave Boostio to carry A site, and then you get a full 4-member retake if Reasonable Doubt eventually make it onto site. But the caveat being, you gotta kill Boostio if you want to make it onto site. Rustin finally finds him with the swarm grenade there. Reasonable Doubt will find their way onto site, but I don't think the spike is able to go down yet. Here comes the enemy Killjoy. Will push second wind back for now, but Sugar Free is so committed. Meanwhile, Mikey Snipey traded out for Heads there on the backside. Sugar Free still on site, gets locked down by the lockdown. No punished for it.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing.
What? No one
pushed. Everyone just kind of stayed where they were.
So 3v3, Spike is down for Reasonable Doubt.
Well, now they know he's there.
Pwn alone takes out Sugar Free finally, but it gets traded out by Ezire. Ezire trying to find an angle with the satchel there. No one from Reasonable Doubt revealing themselves quite yet, but Ezire looking the exact wrong way, and Reasonable Doubt close out what was such a dicey round for them.
Yeah, I mean, much needed point on the board. 6-2 now, a little bit more manageable. Able to pick up an operator, huge 4,500 credit pickup right there. You see 2 members, one at 400, one at 200 credits, so they need another point on the board. Meanwhile, I mean, second win not looking too much better either. You know, this is where it gets dicey. Yeah, the score is 6-2, but I mean, the economy can go either way.
Definitely. Boostio certainly doing his part, picked up a big double kill there to start off the last round. So once again, well, not once again, now has some help there over on A side in the form of a Cypher. But now here's the spread play from Reasonable Doubt, sending 2 members on the A side, 3 members over towards B, leaving the spike behind, seeing if they might be able to find a pick before they commit. Fiend pushing up through that A mid area. Going to get spotted out by the camera here. Surely his elbow or something has been peeked out here. There goes the flash. So here comes the push. I'm not sure what they hope to gain. They are following up with a spike, but no progress made. Forced to back away there as Fiend goes down after a dangerous dash forward into enemy territory. Boostio further punishing Reasonable Doubt for this play here. 5v3 favoring second win, but Reasonable Doubt still pushing forward. Pressing the gas pedal, trying to get this spike onto A site here. Oh, and they do find Boostio, so now 3v3. It's starting to work out for them. They've carefully made their ways, gain this progress, able to gain this, put the spike down as well. So an even retake here for second win. Here comes the ult from Ezire. Oh my goodness, finds DJ right around the corner, gets traded out, gets traded out himself by Mikey Snipey. Mikey Snipey comes around the corner, falls into the clutches of Pwn Alone, but Pwn Alone once again all alone up against his rival Omen Buds. Buds on the other side of U-Haul, do they know?
He's only got 10 health, but he has to stick this defuse.
Oh, wow, Bud's so close. And he was able to get the defuse to halfway so crucially. That's what we saw from the point of view was on that silhouette. We saw him crouching down. He was getting the halfway progress, and that ended up being so crucial for second win. Bud's with an expertly timed play there. Pwn Alone so close to once again being the hero for Reasonable Doubt. Not able to this time around, and second win secure the fact that they will leave the first half with a lead no matter what. Yeah,
no, the second win just playing so well. They are on defense though, and you know we'll have to see what happens on that swap. You know, this is finals. This is, you know, 2 great teams who have fought through the gauntlet to get here, so we know the advantages of defense.
Oh, Bud so dangerously pushed up into his own smoke. Punishes Fiend for showing the same risk averseness. So now second win with an early advantage. Trying to capitalize with this ult, but it's Ezire and Buds who are going to capitalize with rifle kills of their own. Buds picking up a triple kill over towards B. So Reasonable Doubt getting absolutely shredded here. Correct me if I'm wrong, they had a full buy put together.
I thought I saw some pistols in their hands, though.
And then so we'll see where their economy sits now. Okay, so
yeah, because the Fiend pushed up with a ghost.
Yeah, that's
that
right.
Smoke.
That's correct. So yeah, I saw the Vandal in the hands there. I believe
DJ.
Yeah, DJ, and got a little confused. But Reasonable Doubt, rifles in hand, armor on. Trying to bring themselves back into this first half here, trying to get any advantage to make their second half any bit easier, because either way it is going to be an uphill climb. Boostio, a rather different angle than we've seen him on before. I think Reasonable Doubt, if they're not careful, will get caught out by that. But once again, so committed to this A side, they don't want anything to do with B.
I think Boostio called out that he heard some movement over in showers, and definitely
certainly heard that. Everyone heard that.
We all heard it.
There goes the swarm grenade. Now here comes the execute from Reasonable Doubt. Fiend pushes into his own death, but Rustin takes advantage, picking up a double kill on the backside. Reasonable Doubt with a successful execute thus far. Sugar Free still in the middle of the site, hidden by the smoke. comes out at the right exact time for a free kill on the Pwn alone. 3v3 now. Spike down for Reasonable Doubt. Killjoy out for Reasonable Doubt, but Second Wind are pushing out. Time working against them, but they're wasting no time. DJ trying to do what he can, trying to even up the score. His ult goes down there. Now on his real life, Sugar Free takes that away as well for a triple kill. Second Wind go up 9-2. Game 1, half one grand finals.
Yeah, Sugar Free just really coming through for his team right there to get that retake, pushing up at the right moments, right place, right time, just getting the kills. I mean, the Killjoy did the right thing, you know, deploying on site, you know,
Absolutely.
really trying to take a Reasonable Doubt. They didn't really make many mistakes, I want to say. But it's just Second Wind just feeling themselves. They're playing phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, Sugar Free's been so reliable. Ezire, I'd be surprised if he didn't get a kill every round this game. And Boostio, just with the big plays that we come to expect from him. I mean, the Jet v Jet duel here, Fiend has been just, you know, non-existent really in that matchup. It's not even a close comparison thus far. Oh, Bud's continuing the struggles for Fiend there as Fiend tries to poke around that hookah corner. Reasonable Doubt now finally mixing it up towards B side, but it's really not paying off for them as they might have hoped. Finding some ground there in B long. DJ making his way out on the site, pushes even further as he's spotted out there in elbow. Buds gives the distortion that gives Ezire the kill. Reasonable Doubt not able to follow up on DJ, and DJ actually had the spike with him, so Reasonable Doubt going to pay a hefty price for this. Taking big damage there is Heads. Pwn alone goes down to Ezire, and Second Wind make it double digits on their end going into the second half.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tough mountain to climb for Reasonable Doubt, even on the side of defense. I mean, Second Wind they have all the momentum in the world right now. They are just on it. And meanwhile, Fiend is just having a hard time getting his footing. And I mean, maybe defense is his strong suit, maybe operator defense.
Sure, that certainly could be the case. But you look at it from Second Wind's point of view, and so in the next half, they've got to win. They've got to quote unquote win the next half 4-8.
Yeah.
To win, like 3-8 practically. So you have a lot of rounds to give away. You'll have a lot of ground to work with if you're Second Wind. Second Wind confidently pushing over towards B here. A site that Reasonable Doubt avoided like the plague on the attacking side. Second Wind trying to take advantage of what may be some fear from Reasonable Doubt, but Reasonable Doubt with a sturdy defense setup have the turret in place. The turret dealing out some shots. Boostio finally takes it out. Here comes the push from Second Wind. Ezire getting the first kill on the Rustin, but DJ trays out. Ezire gets a kill under Sugar Free as well. Oh my goodness, Heads goes in, just destroying Second Wind. Reasonable Doubt making a big statement to start off the second half.
Yeah, the shorty came in clutch with them all funneling in on that site.
That spread just started shredding. Well, if you wanted to get it started for Reasonable Doubt, that's how you get it started.
Yeah, and look at the second round bye. You got some SMGs, you got a Bucky, Fiend still on the Ghost, but I mean, if they don't take this round though, it's going to get hairy.
If they don't take any round in the second half, it's bad news bears for Reasonable Doubt. Meanwhile, Fiend definitely saving for that op. Boostio on the other side of the Jet duel's got a shorty in hand, pushing forward so confidently. Goes around the corner, but loses to the superior shotgun. The Bucky winning out this time. Oh, almost wins out a third time, but DJ is right there to follow up, getting a double kill of his own. Heads closes out the round. Nothing to worry about in round 2 of the second half for Reasonable Doubt.
All right, now full buy comes out for Second Wind. We'll see what they can do.
No op for Boostio and an op for Fiend. Just saying,
we'll
like,
see,
if you're Reasonable Doubt.
We'll see how this turns out.
You know, I don't think they can hear me, but, you know, don't blow it. So let's see what Reasonable Doubt can do with the op in hand. Second Wind, though, with the overall advantage. A lot more rifles on their side. Scouting out the showers area, very spread from second wind here, and this is the kind of style we certainly expect to see at this point in the tournament, is exploring every option on the map, regardless of what site you're in. Oh, Boostio, I don't think you can wall bang that, but what if you could? DJ says it doesn't matter, you can't. Takes out Boostio to start off the 15th round. Going for more is DJ. DJ going absolutely nuts. DJ not to be counted out just yet.
At 16 health.
Oh, Fiend got the op in his hands, gets a kill as well. Fiend gets a second. The first full buy of second wind goes down in flames, resulting in a flawless for Reasonable Doubt within 5.
Yeah, and this is where it can get hairy for second wind. You have such
a
lead. You have to save now, and you have to be. You know, they did nothing wrong. They took their time. You know, they just couldn't get the headshots. I mean, DJ should have lost that encounter against Sova. He should have. And unfortunately, just the shots didn't come through, and sometimes that happens. But you cannot get caught in the economic buy, save, buy, save, buy, save.
You definitely have to give a big shout out to DJ. You know, despite anything the scoreboard has said throughout any of the match, DJ has been consistently fragging out for his team. 16 kills under his belt right now, 15 rounds in is certainly a mark to be happy with thus far. Rustin's gonna open up on the Reasonable Doubt, finding a quick double kill before going down to Izar. 4v3 favoring Reasonable Doubt, second win just with pistols in hand, so it gets that much harder for them. They will be able to get the spike down here, but the retake certainly favors Reasonable Doubt as they filter into this back corridor. Fiend trying to find his way through elbow, but Sugar Freeze right around the corner with a Phantom. Takes him out. The op is down. DJ is down. Heads is down. Just one member remaining. Pwn alone once again. 1v1 here up against Ezar, but the health bars actually favoring Ezar. I don't know if Ezar, he certainly has found a rifle or gun in hand.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, the time is certainly working. Oh no, this grenade finds Pwn alone like it was a homing grenade. Ezire seals the thrifty win for second win. And we said any round loss for Reasonable Doubt in this half was a death sentence, and they just lost a thrifty round.
Yeah, that was huge for second win. I mean, now they're able to do a buyout. Still not in the clear. Only one person left alive. So as you can see, the money's still not that great.
But second win still with, it can be said, certainly more rounds to play with than Reasonable Doubt. The stakes that much higher for Reasonable Doubt. They don't want to go down to an early 0-1 deficit here in Grand Finals. And as a reminder, if Reasonable Doubt can get themselves back in the game, we do have traditional overtime turned on now. So for Grand Finals, we will be featuring the win by 2 system. So Reasonable Doubt will have quite the mountain to climb if they can even get themselves within striking distance of second wind. A lot to go up until then. Reasonable Doubt plant themselves over on the B side here. 2 members, Fiend op in hand, waiting for second wind right around the corner. Buds sending out the smoke here. Looks like it'd be the execute from second wind, though they don't have the spike to follow up. Boostio comes around the corner. Boostio pays dearly for that. Goes down to Fiend quite easily, but second wind not deterred yet. Reasonable Doubt trading out a kill for Buds there. Fiend does eventually go down. 3v4, now 3v2 favoring Reasonable Doubt as Ezire takes out DJ there in the back of sight. 2 members of Reasonable Doubt pushing through, but now only one. Oh, a 1v1 now is Sugar Free picks up a quick double kill, but Rustin's right behind him, and the information comes in just in time. Oh my goodness, the tracking cipher saving him right in the nick of time, giving him that intel, finding Rustin, and now second win just like that are on game point. It looked like it might be manageable for Reasonable Doubt, but it didn't take much for second win to be right on the cusp of victory.
This has been such a slugfest. Once again, one person remaining at the end of the round.
Yes.
Just the kills coming through left and right. It just shows you the caliber and like the collapse that these teams are doing, making sure that everyone is there for the firefight.
Now, our second wind pushed up here towards B, not wasting any time. Ezire looking to find some damage with that grenade. On the other side, DJ popping the ult, pushing through the teleport there. Gets a free kill onto Ezire to start off the round. So second wind left in a disadvantage, and they are a bit split up here. Sugar Free left all by himself over towards Hookah. Second wind in a bit of a tricky spot over towards this B commitment. Fiend making it that much harder, taking out Sugar Free over towards Hookah. So now just 3 members of second wind remaining. Now only 2. This round all but wrapped up for Reasonable Doubt. Oh, Boostio trying to keep second wind alive here in this 18th round. Haven't made it quite that far.
Yeah, but time, oh, he did. He saw him. He knows.
Yes, Heads finding the head of Mikey Snipey there, winning out on the Sova duel. Busio trying to be a hero with that off, trying to find some damage with his ult. Does find a kill there. Still, health bar looking fairly healthy. Has knives in hand. Oh, but not able to convert onto Heads. Heads closes out the round. Reasonable Doubt stay alive 1 round longer.
Ooh-wee, but now second wind gonna have to save here. So this could be the edge that Reasonable Doubt needs to start climbing and start getting some momentum. And look at Fiend, like 5-13, he's got a couple kills under his belt. He's starting to pick up that momentum now, starting to feel a little bit better.
Meanwhile, on the side of second wind, not a healthy buy by any stretch of the imagination. Only shotguns and a stinger in hand. See if they can capitalize. Very clumped up over towards A. Definitely with this kind of buy, they're not going to want to waste any time pushing over towards A. There goes the dash from Busio. Sugar Free, though, gets taken out through the wall by Heads. Busio trying to find DJ, but unable to. Gets taken out through the wall. Heads sending out a shock dart. Heads sending bullets for Ezire. Second wind falling down really quickly here on this push. Reasonable Doubt not making it easy for them quite yet.
Ooh, nice go from Buds onto Heads.
Has to do what he can here. Still only shotguns on the side. Double shotgun in the inventory of Buds there. Got a shotgun just in case. Oh, but Rustin knew where he was going. Takes out Buds before he can get on over the teleporter. Oh, but Mikey Snipey still so dangerous. Now has Spike in hand, but less than 40 seconds remain in a 1v3. Don't think Mikey Snipey can make any plays here. Just capitalize if someone gets a little too antsy.
It looks like he might actually try to run this over to B. And now they
winning
know
the
his
duel with the
position.
turret. Fiend certainly has to hear him moving on to site. 14 seconds remaining. Spike will go down here. Fiend not able to find the wallbang shot, but 3 members of Reasonable Doubt closing in. This is a difficult position for Mikey Snipey. Oh, finds 1, can't find 2. Rustin takes him out. A heroic effort by Mikey Snipey to be sure, but Reasonable Doubt bringing themselves 1 inch closer to second wind, still preventing them from closing out the match.
Yeah, not bad for a half save round. You got him down to 2 members. Spike went down. So gotta hand it to him, but this is where it can kind of get frustrating. If you sit on 12 points for too long,
get a
you
little
start
antsy.
getting antsy.
Get a little overeager, but second wind certainly won't want to make that mistake. A full buy in hand, but not a lot of money in the bank. Meanwhile, on the side of Reasonable Doubt, they will be able to full buy as well, but similar problems for them. Only Pwn alone with a decent chunk of change in the bank. Fiend with some money as well, but still not ideal. If second wind lose this round, it's not unreasonable to think Reasonable Doubt can get that much closer to tying it up. Here comes the ult from Mikey Snipey, trying to find a snipe, finds big damage onto Fiend there. Not actually as big as he would have liked. Finds a little bit of intel, but not much else. Fiend not too worried about that quite yet. Ezire and Sugar Free push up towards Hookah, towards Death Window. Not wanting to push out quite yet. Here comes the ult from Ezire. Buds gets the first kill, but gets traded out by Fiend. The ult comes out to Ezire from Ezire, but doesn't find anyone. Sugar Free finds Fiend on the back. So only 3 members of Reasonable Doubt remaining. 4v3, favoring Second Wind as they push out onto site. They will be able to get the spike down as well. Reasonable Doubt trying to find their way in. Heads finding Mikey Snipey through the wall, but Sugar Free takes out Pwn alone towards Elbow. So now only 2 members of Reasonable Doubt remaining, though they do have full health bars utility as well. Ezire so close to the fire there, but DJ not able to find a way in. Heads goes in on Ezire, so now just a 2v2, but now a 2v1. Boostio takes out DJ, but Heads going for the defuse. Can he stick it? Oh, he cannot. Boostio takes him out with the classic runs up before he can get the job done.
Almost
Second Win takes game 1 rather confidently for a big win over Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, that was huge. It was so back and forth though. I mean, each round you have one person left alive. It was a complete slugfest. So it felt a lot closer than what the score actually said it was.
Sure, yeah. I mean, and like I said, DJ stayed really in the game. I mean, even when it was like 8-2, DJ was still scoreline wise was still up there with the top members of Second Wind.
Yeah.
So really, really strong stuff from Reasonable Doubt. Make no doubt about it. But we are moving on over to game 2. Second Win with a 1-0 lead. Game 2 being on Ascent. Reasonable Doubt now starting on defense, so that will favor them a bit more. Reasonable Doubt certainly struggling on attack here thus far. And Ascent, I think, on the whole, is an easier map to play on defense rather than attack. It's bit tricky to approach on attack. Really hard to establish that mid control, especially.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm excited to see what this map has to offer for both teams.
Yeah, especially agent
map,
select as well.
Yeah, is that going to change a lot of things up? Or
I mean, I don't think Ezire can go on the Raze on Ascent. I just don't think it works. It would be interesting if he does, but I suspect we'll see a change there. I think Rustin will stay on the Killjoy. I think the lockdown is just as effective on Ascent as it would be on Bind.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially, on B site, you can deploy Killjoy right at the back site. They can't really shoot him.
Yeah,
and he
you have to
covers
really
literally
push
the entire thing. So getting a defuse, just is that much easier with Killjoy available.
Sure.
Or even, pushing onto site, you deploy him in the little cabana hut. And, they don't know where he's really at. You can't really see him. It's behind everything. So it's just like there's a lot of places to deploy him to where it covers literally the entire B site. I mean, even on A site, but A site, you can kind of go into that little back corridor and kind of watch from there.
Right, yeah.
Depending on where you plant it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll
yeah, still a very versatile character. I would guess Boostio stays with the Jet, a comfort pick for him to be sure. But I wonder if Fiend will stay on the Jet because it really didn't work out for Fiend last time around.
He had a hard time in that first half for sure on attack. He got only a couple kills in that second half. So I mean, really, defense seems to be his better side. But yeah, he did. He had a tough time getting his footing under him. So it's hard to say. I don't know what his character pool entails.
Sure. Yeah.
So I guess we'll have to see. Or, his team is sprucing him up right now. Like, dude, you got this. Sweep that one under the rug because that's what you got to do.
Stay consistent, stick with what you know.
Yeah, and maybe you don't want to swap off because maybe you're just like, okay, I started picking up momentum. Let me carry that momentum.
And he did definitely start picking it up there at the end of game 1. And the key definitely was being on the defense side with the op in hand. That you definitely saw him come alive.
It's just easier to play defense with an op, right?
Makes sense to me. Yeah, definitely one of the harder things in life is trying to push a corner with just an op in hand.
Yeah.
Not something you should do willy-nilly.
No. I mean, Boostio was doing it on the semifinals. I mean, he was just popping off. But
Boostio is not a mortal, though. You can't give people advice like the same advice you'd give Boostio, right? It just doesn't apply to us. For sure, for
You
sure.
know, I think maybe his mom called and upgraded the internet. She's like, you
I
know,
hope
you
so.
deserve this.
Yeah.
You can't go into finals.
Called Elon Musk and
DCing.
was like, listen, we need another satellite right over here, you know, hook us up, you know, whatever. And he's like, oh, Boostio? Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Got this.
yeah, no problem.
I know that kid.
Guy's great at jet. Really awesome. So yeah, reasonable doubt, like we said, starting out on defense there, second wind on attack. So definitely, I would actually say the pressure in that sense is a bit on second wind, because if they stumble out of the gate here, reasonable doubt will be able to seize that advantage and push forward with that and say like, all right, we're back in this, you know. I think if second wind can start out on attack really strongly as they started out defense last game, I don't think there's anything reasonable doubt can do to stay in grand finals.
I feel like that is the advantage of starting on attack side first, is you kind of it's like a mental number. You're just like, all right, if we can hit this on attack, because we know CT side has the advantage, right? So you're just like, all right, if we just hit like 4 or 5 rounds, like it doesn't even matter. Is like you can kind of set a goal for yourself, and if you like exceed that, you're just like, oh hell yeah, like you know, we're going over to defense side now. We got this. Like,
but like but that in itself is kind of a gamble, because it's like if that doesn't pay off, and like if the defense side is that much more favored and they take a big lead on defense, it's like, well, crap, we could have just done that and then we could have been the ones with the big lead going into the second half.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like, if you start on defense and you don't do so well, or you know end it even, you're kind of like sweating a little bit.
Yeah,
you're just
it's
like,
oh, now we're going into the worst side. And
yeah, it plays both ways. You know,
definitely.
So it's just keeping that cool, level head, making sure that you know everybody's like, all right, we got this. Like, yes, there's pressure. There's this is the finals. You know, there's money on the line, but it's like, you know, you want to make sure everyone keeps a level head, and it doesn't matter what the numbers say. Just you keep pushing forward. But this is 11:30 at night now. We're 8.5 hours in.
You gotta have some guts to make it this far. That's for sure.
Yeah, 8.5 hours in. It's been a long day. So, I mean, these players, they could be getting exhausted. I mean, maybe second wind means they woke up at 2 and they're just night owls.
Took a nap in between group stage and bracket. That makes sense. But, I mean, fair play to reasonable doubt is they did show, like, if they go into the second half at a disadvantage, they don't just roll over and die.
No,
like, they played really... I mean, I won't say really well because they didn't win it out, but they played well. And, like, it wasn't, again, like...
I said, it was a slugfest. It was like one person left alive at the end of each match.
They picked up the rounds that, like, you could reasonably expect them to pick up, you know, for a time. So they definitely showed, and they should definitely, you know, take, you know, solace in the fact that they didn't just roll over and die. They didn't just, you know, once they went in with whatever disadvantage that they had at the second half, they didn't give up.
They didn't give up.
And, you know, there's still that flame there that they can overcome. And we've seen teams that make it this far make insane comebacks before. Just because it didn't pay off once doesn't mean it can't happen again. This game is so volatile in terms of economy. You know, teams really playing on the knife's edge of, if we drop more than a couple rounds, we're back to that, you know, pretty much guaranteed loss of a save round.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's with this kind of matchup, it's been like that, just because there's not many survivors at the end of every single round. It's been so close. It's just felt so close the entire way. But we got this beautiful fly through of good old Ascent.
Reminding ourselves of the shapes.
The shapes, the switches, the doors.
Little boathouse here, even though I don't think there's any water nearby that I've been able to spot.
Well, a lot of things are floating right now. You know, maybe the water's floating. Nice little market. You can go get yourself a gelato. There's some adorable doggy sprays everywhere.
Shout out to the doggy graffiti.
Cute little city, you know?
Definitely don't do graffiti. It's illegal. But if you were to do graffiti, definitely dog graffiti is the best way to go about it.
All right, and you were right. Ezire did not stay on the Rays. He swapped
Couldn't do it.
to the Phoenix.
Couldn't justify it, but the team looking other than that unchanged.
Everything stayed the same.
Everyone
both
back,
sides.
yeah, everyone staying
to
with what they, staying with what they know. It's a 2-site map, so you don't gotta get crazy on it.
Only 2.
Like Haven, yeah, just do dog graffiti there.
Look at that.
Check that out. That's a masterpiece. Right there, second wind, wasting no time, pushing out on a B site, running like their lives depended onto it. Just 2 members of Reasonable Doubt there to try to stop them. Rustin will get the opening kill onto Sugar Free, finding big damage with the swarm grenade as well. Eventually goes down to Buds. His teammate Heads taking some damage here in the back of sight. Oh, Boostio with the jumping right click takes out Heads. Now a 4v3 here for second wind in a round where they early on had the disadvantage. Pwn alone trying to find an edge. The health bars for second wind are looking rather low as Reasonable Doubt try to retake here, but Ezire with the information takes out Fiend, but DJ makes it almost not matter because it's now 2v1. What
Oh, now it's a
could have
1v1.
been, yeah, 1v1. Pwn alone going absolutely nuts as his team falls around him. Health bars for both of these guys looking so low. Oh, Mikey Snipey is not going to be fooled by that, Pwn alone. Mikey Snipey takes 17 HP, makes it go the distance. Round 1 for second wind.
Absolutely, that was huge. I mean, that teleport, like, I understand it, but Mikey Snipey was like, nah, I've seen that.
No, I mean, that's like, it's like the single bluff. Like, that's the obvious bluff. It's like faking the defuse. Like, I know you didn't try to stick the defuse. I know, like, you just pressed defuse and then walked away immediately.
Everybody
it's like,
does
I know
it.
you just teleported in place because you're like, ooh, sound cute. But, like, the next level of that is, like, actually teleporting, like, to a different angle.
On the other side of the box, maybe.
So Reasonable Doubt putting all their eggs in the mid basket, and they're gonna soon find that basket has a hole in it that's leaked second wind all over A site. Easy A site for second wind here, looking to get the spike down. DJ is here, hidden by the smoke, might be able to find a cheeky kill, but Fiend goes down before that can happen. Second wind with an early 5v4 here. Make that a 5v3 and 5v2. Just 2 members remaining now. Rustin trying to push through this catwalk area. Oh, Boostio, I thought he might be able to find the headshot. Cleans it up regardless. Second wind, a flawless round 2.
And I feel like this is exactly how Bind started.
Yes.
that second round, flawless, just coming out swinging with the confidence on attack side here. Bud's starting off 4-1, Boostio 3-1, Mikey Snipey 1-0. You know, everyone's got a kill on the board.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I mean, the scoreboard was really, really even up until that round. And now it is once again all out of sorts. Heads gonna send this recon bolt up into the B corridor, or shock dart actually, it seems. I don't think it found anybody. And now here comes the recon bolt as an enemy. Yeah, shock dart comes over. Oh, a big shock dart there. Finding a decent amount of damage on the second wind coming out from Heads.
Down 3
so
people.
second wind saying no to the B side push. And Pwn alone opens up the action on Buds. The first full buy here for Reasonable Doubt. Going well thus far. Boostio staying on the Sheriff. Finds big damage onto Pwn alone. Dashes away as well, staying safe. Still, though, a 4v5, now a 4v4. Sugar Free picking up Pwn along on the backside, picking up DJ as well. DJ caught napping there. Sugar Free takes advantage, but Rustin spots him out, and Sugar Free is none the wiser. So Rustin could take advantage here, and Fiend takes out Ezire, maybe not comfortable on the Phoenix just yet. Rustin finds Sugar Free as well as Fiend picks up his second kill of the round. Now just 1 member remaining here for second win. Mikey Snipey tries to get it done, but Fiend kills him for his 3rd kill of the round. Reasonable Doubt with their first full buy get themselves on the board.
And that's exactly what Fiend needed.
Oh, yeah. Big play early on. Big play early on.
Tell himself, you know what, I got this. Last match wasn't that great, but, you know, here I am. I'm making these plays. I got this.
Absolutely. Fiend finding himself at the top of the leaderboard here for the first time in Grand Finals. Boostio on the other side of the map with a really interesting look over to A Long. See what he can find there.
It looks like this might be an aggressive push out from DJ, but there's a camera there to spot him out. He can hear it.
Ooh, he looks regardless, sends out the flash. Doesn't commit to it, backs up onto site. Both teams kind of just dancing around, but here comes the ult. Ezire making the most of it, taking out his rival Phoenix. Second win with a man advantage thus far, but Ponalone evens it up, taking out Mikey Snipey on site. Ponalone able to hold his position still, but gets taken down by Buds. But Rustin and Fiend there to back him up. Fiend just going nuts, and Rustin follows up with a double kill of his own. Reasonable Doubt looking ever dangerous here in game 2, tying up the game 2-2.
Wow, yeah, Fiend really stepping it up this time. I think they really got into his head, you know, probably gave him a little pep talk, and now he's just showing off. But to start on defense, your more comfortable side is
certainly
it really helps.
So yeah, it definitely could be the case for Second Wind, where, like you said before we got started, just get as many rounds on the board as you can, regardless of if you've got the lead going into second half. But I don't think Second Wind will take it easy by any stretch of the imagination. Busio proving that as he pops ult and runs straight down mid, looking for someone to fight, runs into Rustin. Rustin says, take that elsewhere. It takes down Busio to start off the round. Second Wind on the save. No advantage found here. Reasonable Doubt, 3 members over onto A site, and they feel comfortable doing that because Heads got the Odin over onto B site, can just take down Second Wind's push before they can even get to him straight through the wall. Sugar Free being so aggressive mid, might run into Rustin here. If he's not careful, that shoulder's going to give him away. Rustin finding yet another kill. Rustin's been going nuts absolutely thus far here in game 2. Pushing this Phoenix very confidently. Ezire is none the wiser, walks right around him.
Ooh,
yeah. Rustin not spotted out there, gets his 3rd kill, looking for his 4th, trying to close out the round onto Ezire, who flashes himself, gets shot in the back by a rival Phoenix. DJ takes him out. Reasonable Doubt take the lead for, I would say, the first time here in Grand Finals thus far.
Yeah, you hate to see the self-blind. It happens sometimes,
Happens to the best of us.
All right, 3-2, and it looks like almost a full buy on the side of Second Win. Oh, okay, so full buy does come through, but, you know, this is where things get tricky. But Heads chilling over there with the Odin at the B site. We've seen this strat work, and it works so well.
And Second Wind respond with a 4-person stack over on the A side. Ooh, Busio finds Fiend. Fiend got himself quite elevated and got shot straight out of the sky. Mikey Snipey on the other side of the map finds a kill as well. So Second Wind, the fast lead here, and Ponalone trying to keep his team in this round here. Still only a 4v3. DJ pops the ult, gets found it out, but gets the info. That's going to force Second Wind away from now. Sugar Free holds up an A long as his team moves out across the map. Heads actually committed to the full rotate. He's going to have to run back on over to his spot on B. So it definitely seems that's where Second Wind want to go, but they have taken their time. That will give Heads time to set up his big old gun.
Yeah, I mean, they took so much time on that rotate. And look, they
might double bluff. They might double bluff.
Yeah, this is
They can pinch
nutty.
in here if they play it right, punching in on this catwalk, but Ezire goes down. Sugar Free makes it happen on Ponalone, so still a 3v2 per Second Win, but DJ evens it up before going down to Busio. Now just Heads and the Odin. See if he trades it out before attempting this 1v2. Yeah, I would say you're gonna have to. But still Heads with a full health bar, has a shock dart and a recon bolt as well.
Yeah, this is just, it's so difficult to retake this in a 2v1 situation with the crossfire that's available. But Heads is gonna give it his best.
Oh, Busio lurking around the corner.
The crossfire, you know?
Takes him out, no problem at all. His third kill for second wins, third round, tied up 3-3.
All right, but only 2 members were left alive, so still not in the best economic standpoint for second win there. 2 members under 1,000, but I mean neither is Reasonable Doubt. So this is where the matches and the survivability matters the most. We do have an operator still in the hands of Busio. Fiend also with an operator.
Oh, Fiend wins that particular duel. Busio coming around the corner to no avail. Buds gets traded out for heads there. So 4v3 favoring Reasonable Doubt now. Second win not playing this one very carefully. And meanwhile, look how pushed up DJ is. He's so far into enemy territory. Does Mikey Snipey know? He might be expecting it, but he might not check the right corner. DJ takes him out. DJ making the lurk pay off. Now Ezar scrambling a bit here because he realized he's been infiltrated. Trying to make it work around the corner. Gets it done onto DJ. Still a 3v2 favoring Reasonable Doubt. Flash goes out for Ezar. Secures him the spike.
Yeah,
but still tough position here.
Fiend is watching that corridor with this operator. It's going to be really tough to get in unless they can flash their way in.
Oh, Rustin backs up.
You should run.
Oh, Fiend not able to find the first shot. Does pick up the second as the Killjoy goes down for him. In support, Ezar trying to find the spray with the ult. Can't do it. Fiend takes him out as Ezar teleports back to where he started. Fiend picks up a triple kill of his own. Reasonable Doubt regain the lead.
Yeah, and you know, with Killjoy also deployed right there, that was going to be so tough for second win to plant anything and make anything happen, honestly.
Absolutely.
And here we are in a bit of a save round for second win.
Second win, definitely keeping it close. Again, this is the side that Reasonable Doubt prefers. So really is on Reasonable Doubt to rack up the lead as big as possible as they can here. Second win, just trying to get as many rounds as they might be able to. Fiend and DJ trying to put a stop to that, but second win with a big push over here on the catwalk, but getting caught out by Pwn Alone with an excellent fear. Takes out 2. DJ with a kill of his own. Pwn Alone picking up 3. Second win getting absolutely eviscerated. Save for Buds, who finds 2 quick headshots. Picks himself up a rifle before going down to Pwn Alone. Picks up the 4K. Reasonable Doubt extend their lead to 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why, you know, as I blinded ran in there like that. I mean, you could see the paranoia on his head as he, you know, peeked into the corridor there. But I mean, it was a save round. Power and numbers, you're just
what
trying
do you
to
have
get
to lose,
through,
you know?
right?
What do you have to lose?
All right, so we got another full buyout from second win. Let's see if they can make anything happen with that. Heads does not have the Odin this time, staring into the B site. Sad to see it.
Does he even have an Ares?
No, I think he just has a Phantom.
So yeah, that's why he's backed off. He's like, I can't hold B with a non-crazy full automatic weapon.
I know, what is this? What do they expect of me?
So second win quite spread out here. Backing off of the B site, trying not to get spotted out by that Owl drone. I don't think they will. DJ is aware of an enemy presence over towards A, throws out some utility to delay it, but I don't really think second wind really want to push that.
Yeah, no, I mean, they should have just bursted onto B. There was nobody on there for a good, like, 5 seconds.
Oh, there's the turret from Killjoy. Busio finding the wing there. Not finding any more than that.
Yeah, and second win really taking their time. Coming down to 40 seconds, though.
Yeah, and Reasonable Doubt with time to respond to them. Buds does take DJ out towards mid. Oh, Busio winning the jet duel this time around. Might be able to find another. Oh, just a little too late on heads. Rustin as well. He can't find the kill. Taken down to 8 HP. Ezar helping him out. Takes out Pwn Alone over towards mid. So Bud's able to get the spike down on B. Now just one member remaining here for Reasonable Doubt. Rustin, staying alive here, picks up his second kill of the round, but he still has 3 members of Second Wind to go through if he wants a chance at winning this one. I don't think he can commit to this one, realistically. No money left in the bank for him either.
Yeah, you gotta really think about it.
Not able to pick up the third. Buds will take him down. Second Wind prevent Reasonable Doubt from running away with the game here. Keep them within 1. So we move into the 10th round here of game 2.
And this time Mikey Snipey also picking himself up an operator on attack. So this will be interesting. Let's see where he decides to opt from.
Turret out.
Looks like he's going to set up over towards Heaven.
Let's go.
Give himself a view of that A-long push should it come. Boostio on the complete opposite side there, trying to find if anyone from Reasonable Doubt might get too aggressive, but it looks like Reasonable Doubt strong commitment towards this mid push with 4 members through. Second Wind very backed up for this. So they can respond. The Recon Bolt gonna spot out DJ as well. Bud's gonna punish him, but gets traded out by Rustin, so 4v4 to start out. Reasonable Doubt established mid control here, but backed off to sites because they realized Second Wind might take advantage, but Fiend and Heads keep that from happening. Fiend finding the kill onto Ezire. Heads finds a kill of his own, but Boostio taking his time to take out Pwn alone there, keeping Second Wind within a shout of taking this round 2v3. Less than a minute remaining. And Mikey Snipey with the spike in an increasingly awkward position. Trying to juke around the Hunter's Fury, does so, but just by the edge there, very close.
Yeah, and you're coming down to 35 seconds. You're gonna have to make a move, unless they're just trying to save these operators.
Mikey Snipey playing a dangerous game, loses out to Rustin. Rustin's been so good here in game 2, getting a kill in practically every round. Just Boostio now alive for Second Win. Just going to try to stay alive, keep his op with him if he can.
Yeah, I mean, it was so unfortunate. It just, they didn't move fast enough, I feel. You know, they just took too much time, and that just really hurt them.
Boostio keeping the economy close there with that kill, but don't know what Second Wind will be able to get for themselves here.
Yeah,
A couple rifles come out. So it looks like they will be able to get at least full armor and rifles, but not a lot to save after that.
Yeah, no, I mean, 3 people on Second Win are still on Classics, so it's going to be up to Boostio and Buds to make something more manageable.
Yes, I was looking at Reasonable Doubt's scoreboard when I said that they were buying a few rifles.
Okay, so it looks like Boostio bought for his team. So putting the faith in the team that you can, you know, get another point on the board. It's 6-4.
Yeah, might as well try to prevent Reasonable Doubt from going on to round 7, which, you know, basically guarantees them, not basically, does guarantee them the lead going into the second half. So might as well try for it if you can.
Cover going out.
Second Wind playing patiently here. Spot out Pwn alone, force him to back away, but he's got backup. DJ pushes A long, finds his rival Phoenix, takes out Ezire. Second Wind with a big disadvantage, and it doesn't get any better. Rustin takes out Buds before going down to Boostio. Pwn alone trying to back him up, but Fiend takes out Boostio. Sugar Free trying to find Pwn alone, but Pwn alone is already long gone. Mikey Snipey, though, a big kill onto Fiend, so a 2v2 now for Second Wind. Looking a bit more doable as Spike goes down. Sugar Free with a great camera angle to help out Mikey Snipey. Spot out the retake from Reasonable Doubt. Both of their members coming towards Heaven. Mikey Snipey there to try to delay them if he can. He heard the footstep.
Playing a dangerous
Mikey
game.
Snipey gets a big kill, and that lets Sugar Free close out the round on Pwn alone. Second Wind once again prevent Reasonable Doubt from re-extending their lead, keeping them within 1 round. You have to say this is still a pretty favorable attacking side for Second Wind.
Oh, yeah. No, most definitely. And then that picking up that operator for Boostio too, making that this last round in the first half almost a full buy. Meanwhile, on the side of Reasonable Doubt, poor DJ, is going to be stuck with...
This should do.
I was going to say, he should be able to at least buy something.
He's got a Marshall.
He got a Marshall.
Might get a crazy play with that. Pushes his way onto the mid catwalk, but Second Wind send their members on over to B off the back of this Hunter's Fury. Bud's playing a dangerous game in his allies' damage field there. Rustin taking big damage from the Second Wind push, but he's got backup on the way. Fiend not convinced though, finds Sugar Free on the other side of the map, and Pwn alone cleans up Bud. So Second Wind trying to be clever here with this push, but it ends up failing for them.
Yeah, look at that. Killjoy just completely shut down the site.
Oh, Ezire with a huge flank to even up the round for Second Wind. They were caught completely sleeping on the backside, and a big flash onto Fiend. A big double flash onto Fiend gives Ezire his third kill, gives him his ult. Oh, and he found big damage onto Pwn alone as well. So this makes it that much harder for Pwn alone to take out Ezire, who has gone absolutely bananas here in the 12th round. Picking up the triple kill thus far. Spike goes down for Second Wind, picking up the quad kill as Ezire. Now just one more for the ace. Can he do it? Everyone from Second Wind's got to run away to give ace to Ezire. Oh, he wants it. He's peeking the shoulder. He says, Pwn alone, just come on, push a little further. Push a little further. Oh, but Busio steals the ace, tying up the game for Second Wind. And what an excellent first half for Second Wind. Down most of the half, but bring it back to tie it up 6-6. And now Second Wind are on the ever favorable defensive side with a 1-0 lead here in Grand Finals.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was the exchange back and forth between these two teams is just remarkable. I mean, everybody just is getting their time to shine, it feels, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, and that's what we really see at this stage in the bracket is with these teams is like all 10 of these guys are stars in their own right, and they had to be to get these teams this far in the tournament. So definitely really impressive stuff from them. So pistol round here for Reasonable Doubt, sending all 5 members towards A long, strength and numbers. Oh, and a big shock dart lands onto the members of Second Wind as well. So Second Wind still staying firm here in this defense, trying to find the kills. Oh. Ezire back gets killed the Fiend, but Fiend gets traded out by Buds. Still though, Reasonable Doubt pushing forward here.
Oh, but nothing connects. He had so many people paranoid.
Yeah, tried to land the kills. They will be able to get the spike down to Reasonable Doubt. So Second Wind on the retake here. Busio trying to make his way through heaven. That will be prevented by the grenade. Heads holding firm on site. Second Wind. Oh, and Busio actually goes down to the Killjoy there. A bit awkward for him is now Second Wind at a disadvantage as time ticks down. Oh, Rustin finds Buds as well, so it gets that much harder. Sugar Free trying to even up the count here, but the bomb continues to get closer to detonation. Sugar Free finds his second kill, but there is no time left here. Second Wind drop round 1. The spike goes off. Reasonable Doubt retake the lead to start off the second half.
Yeah, great play back and forth. I love the aggressive chase down from Fiend right there. He did exactly what needed to happen. Like, I know you're low. I know you're just like one classic shot away from death. All right, and Russ done 15-8, top fragging for his team.
He's played mental this game. Like I said early on, I would be shocked if he didn't have at least 1 kill in every round if you went back and looked at it, because he has been so reliable, not just with his gunplay, but with his utility as well. It's been such a big deal there for Reasonable Doubt. So definitely very much playing the carry role is Rustin. Reasonable Doubt started with the stack here over towards the A side, but think better of it and dissolve and Fiend gets really aggressive towards mid. Busio getting a little too aggressive there towards mid.
Yeah, and this was a second round buyout from Reasonable Doubt. They all have SMGs. So this is definitely favoring.
Oh, God.
You hate to stare down 3 people.
Oh, Mikey Snipey with such a big right click, making it at least a 3v4 here for the defensive side, but make it a 2v4 as Fiend finds another kill onto Sugar Free. Oh, Buds, you are playing a dangerous game, and Buds loses the dangerous game. Just Boostio in his 12 HP remaining for Reasonable Doubt. Don't think there's much left in it for them. Fiend closes out this round, extending Reasonable Doubt's round lead to 2. And this is on the side that, you know, doesn't seem to favor Reasonable Doubt. They re-extend the lead, and now Second Wind might be scrambling a little bit, but they do get their first full buy of the half.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they handle this. I mean, definitely the third round of, you know, a half is the first real round. You know, according to Carrie. I know he's in the chat. It's the first real round.
To quote. So yeah, Second Wind though, very much a do or die round for them if they want to close out this grand finals here and take the 2-0 victory. Boostio with a lot to do here. Oh, finds his rival Fiend. Sugar Free picks up the kill on DJ to give Second Wind a great start here. Sugar Free took a lot of damage on the backside of the site, gets taken out by Rustin. Boostio finds his second kill of the round before getting taken out by Pone alone. 3v2 for Second Wind, but they will have to retake as the spike goes down. And now just a 2v2 as Pone alone finds a huge kill onto Ezar. Buds making his way through this back corridor. The Owl Recon helping him out, but not quite enough. Mikey Snipey goes down as well, and what was a do or die round for Second Wind. Second Wind dies. Reasonable Doubt extending their lead to the largest lead of this game, 9-6.
Yeah, that was a huge round for Reasonable Doubt because now Second Wind on a save round
Back
again.
to save.
And you don't want to find yourself in this repeating pattern.
Absolutely. This is so dangerous for Second Wind. They are in big danger of losing here this game one or game 2, excuse me, and letting Reasonable Doubt tie up this series here.
Deploying drone.
Oh, Ezar, though, with a big sheriff kill on DJ. Says, not if I have anything to say about it. So a great start for Second Wind here in this save round.
Oh, and Mikey Snipey actually might find himself a
Rustin,
little
you
kill.
gotta be careful, bro. Check the corner. Oh, Mikey Snipey almost finds Rustin, but not nearly enough damage to get the job done. Now a 4v3 for Reasonable Doubt. Now a 4v2 as Ezire goes down after finding that early kill. So Reasonable Doubt able to take over A site. Second Wind relegated to just trying to find some extra kills in pocket. If they can, they will find one onto Rustin. They pitch down with the sheriffs on him, but the spike still goes down for Reasonable Doubt rather comfortably, and Fiend has this long angle. It's so advantageous, but it doesn't even matter. Heads gets the spray down for his triple kill, extending Reasonable Doubt's lead to 4, and this is huge for Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, you can't trigger the sheriff that fast. You will not have the accuracy. He was like boom, 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 and
You can't spray.
you cannot spray with the sheriff. It doesn't.
Can't do
it.
We all want to be a cowboy.
I know. It's that pew, just one. All right,
Yeah.
just one. Realign.
It's a lightweight marshal. So yeah, Second Wind with it all to do here, but they will get rifles back in their hands, off in the hands of Boostio, which is such a big deal. But Fiend is right around the corner, off of his own. If Boostio's not careful, this could spell the end of Second Wind here in Game 2. Reasonable Doubt spread out across the map, not as committal as they were on Bind. Certainly an adaptation here to this second game. Fiend or Boostio, neither of them putting a foot wrong thus far. Buds, meanwhile, on the opposite side, opens up the action, gets 3 huge kills over on A long. This round is over for Reasonable Doubt. Doesn't matter what Fiend and Boostio are doing, Buds is getting the kills. Buds is keeping Second Wind in this match.
Absolutely. I mean, Buds is looking pretty low, though. But if they can keep all 5 members alive on this round,
big deal for Second Wind.
huge.
Ezire trying to keep up the pressure, does so, takes out Fiend. Fiend trying to scramble away there, unable to do so. Now just Rustin remaining for Reasonable Doubt. And this is exactly what Second Wind needed to stay in this game. A flawless round is 30 seconds away from them. keeping these guns in hand could be the key to their comeback. Oh, but Rustin has plans otherwise before going down to Buds. So doing what he can is Rustin, but Second Wind still with a pivotal 17th round there to bring their deficit down to 3. And more importantly, keeping those rifles in hand. The banks still aren't looking great, but you have to say they're looking even worse for Reasonable Doubt.
Oh yeah, and look at all those ultimates ready on the side of Second Wind. Mikey Snipey only one away from getting him as well. But I'm excited to see what Boostio does with his ult. I love when the knives come out.
Yeah,
he's been so accurate
huge.
and deadly.
He's gotten big multi-kills, but I think he might actually save it in case there's another save round, because that's where he tends to pop them is in a save round to get his team that early advantage where they otherwise wouldn't have it. So we'll see where he decides to trigger that. Meanwhile, Reasonable Doubt so focused over towards A Long. Fiend popping that ult. Oh, he can't find the kill onto Buds. All of his knives getting blocked by that little chimney there, I believe that was, or gun, anti-aircraft gun, I believe.
Yeah.
Bud's giving us a good look at that as the shock dart misses as well. So Reasonable Doubt, like I said, very committed to this A side, but not finding anything just yet. Less than a minute remains. Just Buds here to stop them if they do, in fact, push. Here comes the ult there from DJ. Fiend goes down to Boostio, though. Pone alone goes down to Boostio. Buds takes out heads before going down himself, but DJ keeping Reasonable Doubt in the round before dying to Mikey Snipey. Just Rustin available for Reasonable Doubt. 1v2, but only 35 HP remaining for Rustin. Oh, an excellent angle found by Rustin. Snipes sugar-free straight through the plywood to make this a 1v1. Oh, but gets caught up by the tripwire. That's big information given over to Mikey Snipey. Rustin's going to have to play this really well. Less than 15 seconds remain here. And wow, Rustin pushes instead of going for the spike plant. He's trying to catch Mikey Snipey sleeping, but Mikey Snipey is wide awake, forcing the plant. And oh my goodness, Mikey Snipey! You got to be kidding me. He's telepathic. I can't believe he got that done. The early intel from the tripwire leading to an absolutely sensational Hunter's Fury through the wall, stopping Rustin right in his tracks. Second Wind take what was a 4-round deficit down to 2.
I mean, Rustin did everything he could. He did
getting the kills,
absolutely everything he
got
could.
the spike, he did the rotate.
I mean, that was insane, and there was one person left alive at the end of the round. Once again, these have
Mikey
just been so
Snipey. Sugar-free now, the sole defender on A, but Mikey Snipey now there to back him up from mid. Let's see what he can get done. He's smoked out as Fiend pops his way onto site, but gets punished bigly for it. Sugar-free takes him out. The push the push now halted. Save for DJ. He's going to push forward. Gets punished really hard for that. Pone alone goes down as well. Reasonable Doubt falling apart, except for Rustin trying to stay alive. Such valiant performance from this guy, getting the double kill, but a 1v3 in this spot is so tough to manage. The recon bolt gonna find him as well. Oh, but he's getting it started the right way. Goes down to Mikey Snipey in the end. Rustin doing everything he can, but Reasonable Doubt still dropping rounds to the Second Wind defense.
Yeah, and now we brought it within 1. This is, oh man, this is some phenomenal finals, is all I can say.
I mean, this is the exact kind of like crazy back and forth where we saw it earlier on today, where like it's not going tit for tat, it's going like streaks of rounds for streaks of round. Reasonable Doubt started off this half 4-0, and now Second Wind are on a 3-0 streak of their own. So both teams just able to maintain that momentum once they get it, and both teams also showing they can turn tables at the snap of their fingers.
And this is a save round for Reasonable Doubt, so we may see a tie game at 10-10 here. Some exciting stuff. Boostio's just waiting for Fiend to peek.
Oh my goodness, so fast as Busio. You're not gonna beat him around that corner. Ezire holding a corner of his own, finding damage there. Ooh, he's playing a dangerous game though. Sheriff in hand of DJ. Meanwhile, Busio finds his second kill onto Rustin. Rustin's so important for Reasonable Doubt, so that much less hope for Reasonable Doubt in this round as DJ goes down as well. Second wind, all but secure. A flawless round here to tie it up 10-10.
Yeah, it's just heads in his 6 health here. Not looking too great. So this is going to end 10-10. And second wind, I mean, you were so close. You're so close to a win. You have that one round advantage already.
Don't put it like that.
No, I know, but you got to be feeling some sort of way. You've come back.
Oh,
You're that much close. I'm not going to commentator's curse. I don't have that power. I don't have that power.
No, these guys are simply too good to be commentator cursed. They are a step above all of that black magic. But Reasonable Doubt now in a tough position. This could very well could be one of their last ever bye rounds here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown in Week 18. Ezire holding that A-long angle. If he's not careful, he's going to run into a lot of members of Reasonable Doubt. The op revealing itself in the hands of Fiend. DJ trying to sneak forward, but thinks better of it. Reasonable Doubt know that it is all on the line here in round 21. They have been able to establish some semblance of mid-control, but Second Wind haven't committed any eyes over there, letting Reasonable Doubt walk where they want through there. Meanwhile, Busio on the backside has his ult ready to greet Reasonable Doubt wherever they should go. He's holding dead center of the map, ready to go wherever they go. Looks like Reasonable Doubt have picked A side, have picked Catwalk, heads picked out Mikey Snipey, getting the opening kill of the round. Reasonable Doubt still with some life yet. Oh, Ezire gets a big kill onto heads with his ult, so now a 4v4 here. Oh, but he gets caught up in that grenade. Not quite enough to take him down there. Finishes him off. A tough position for Ezire. So now 3v4 favoring Reasonable Doubt. Now a 4v2. This is exactly what Reasonable Doubt needed to stop Second Wind from taking the lead. Looks like they'll be able to get the spike down as well. Lucio with the ult pop has to run away from the alarm bot, getting out of there. Still has the ult available to him though. He is so dangerous with that in hand. Sugar Free to back him up too, but Rustin's gonna hear him coming. Sugar Free is able to take out Rustin impressively, but this isn't very subtle, and Fiend punishes Busio. No knives going into Reasonable Doubt. No lead going for Second Wind here in the second half.
Reasonable Doubt up 11-10. This is coming down to the wire. Both teams here need this because whoever loses this one is most likely going to be in a save position.
Very much so.
And
Very
you
much so.
don't want to be on saves this late in the game.
Certainly not this late in the game. We are running out of rounds here in game 2. Second Wind sending one more member over to A side this time. Oh, Ezire with a really early kill onto Fiend and not taking a lot of damage from the shock dart either. So a great start for Second Wind to try to tie up the game here in round 22. Mikey Snipey now giving some presence over towards mid. Oh, and punishes Rustin for it. Second Wind had previously left that vulnerable, but DJ does get big damage onto Busio over to A side. Busio taken down really low. Forced to back off of that angle for now.
And they're still so committed to A. They
don't like to rotate.
No.
They are not fans, and they're not fans of Buds either, as Buds takes out DJ. Still 5 members of Second Wind remaining, and they take down Reasonable Doubt flawlessly.
Flawless.
Tie it back up 11-11. Reasonable Doubt surely knocked back down onto a save round.
Oh, man. This is as close as it gets. Look at this economy. This is a partial save round for Reasonable Doubt. We got a full buyout on the side of Second Wind, but with enough in the bank that if this does go over to Reasonable Doubt, they'll still have another full buy.
Absolutely. The pressure certainly mounting on both teams. Second Wind trying to secure their first ever VSS Grand Finals here. Reasonable Doubt just trying to stay alive here in game 2. Mikey sniping, opening fire mid, finds a little bit of damage onto Rustin to start off the round.
Almost down to half health already.
Yeah, nothing lethal thus far. DJ getting very aggressive onto Catwalk's gonna run into Mikey sniping here soon. Backs away, hits the S key. Says, wait, maybe not yet.
I kid.
So Second Wind seem to be at least somewhat aware that the play isn't to A and are now responding over to Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt having favored A so heavily on the attacking side here, forcing their way through mid, looks to set up a B play. But Second Wind look to rotate over B, but second guess themselves and re-spread themselves out. Reasonable Doubt now in perfect position to take advantage of this. Just 2 members of Second Wind there on B side, but Boostio is one of them. He's gonna take out Fiend to start it off. Here comes the push from Reasonable Doubt. See what they can get done. Heads takes out Ezire, but Boostio goes absolutely wild on B side, picking up the quad kill, sending Second Wind to match point.
Wow, Boostio has just been on it. I mean,
Wait, listen. Can you hear it? MVP chants in the distance?
Can you hear it? I can hear his mom going, "Oh my God, that's my baby!"
Because wouldn't you be telling wouldn't you be going to the neighbors, knocking on their door, saying, "Hey, my kid is top fragging right now in grand finals of the Valorant Sunday Showdown. I think you should tune in and check it out because he is a nutter."
I know, and Rustrun is also just continuously doing phenomenal.
Here comes
well.
Fiend trying to be a playmaker himself, but not able to get it done. The updraft not paying off that time around. Ezire getting Second Wind 1 kill closer to killing it out, closing it out, and Ezire going wild on A side. It's just Rustin alive now. Mikey Snipey closes it out. Second Wind, wow, living on the knife's edge in game 2. Closely close it out, taking their first ever Valorant Sunday Showdown victory. Congratulations to Second Wind, taking home the lion's share of the $1,000 prize pool. A huge moment for them. A huge congratulations is in order.
Yeah, that was phenomenal, and you know, hats off to them as well. I mean, it was such a close game. It's just
nuts.
Round for round, one person left alive here, one person left alive there. I mean, towards the end there, you can kind of see the pressure was on, and Second Wind was just able to play that defensive side so well.
Yeah.
And Ezire stepped up, and
in a big way
as well. You know, was just staying strong. Unfortunately, you know, Rustin, you know, tried his best. He had phenomenal moments.
Guy was fragging out. Rustin played absolutely mental in game 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
he,
a beast,
he was just
a monster,
going insane, yeah,
etc.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, he came so close. So GGs to both teams,
yeah,
and
seriously, big congratulations to both teams. The HyperX MVP award going over to Ezire. Ezire playing so well both games, so reliable on the Raze, and then having the versatility switching over to the Phoenix for game 2. A big congratulations going out to Ezire, the recipient of the HyperX Cloud Core Stinger headset. Congratulations. And again, congratulations to Reasonable Doubt. Second place in a 64-team tournament is no small feat.
Yeah.
So a big congratulations to you guys. But the top prize this week going over to Second Wind, Boostio, Sugar Free, Ezire, Mikey Snipey, and Buds. A big congratulations to you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out this week. Big thank you to everyone who tuned in, watching the stream throughout the day. We really appreciate you guys. We will be back next week with a tournament that promises to be just as epic as this one. We hope to see you there. I'm Dilly G.
I'm Salamonster.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.